Wow, what a beautiful job they did. We are all done. Wood chips are in, dirt's in, ready to go. Hi everybody, I'm John, and it's time to just zinc about it. Well, what we're zinking about this week is a community garden. Our community here in Palm Desert was nice enough to put in a raised bed little project for the members here, and we're pretty excited about it. Looks like by the next week we'll be able to start doing some planting. I decided to document the process and go through each phase of it and make a video out of it. So I hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy the video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, give me a thumbs up. It's always helpful. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so they used the same raised beds that I used in Oshkosh, so we kind of did that as a test, and they're just starting to put the raised beds in. They've decided to dig them in a little bit differently than I did, and I told them that the most important thing is to get them level, but you can see looks like they're digging around, and yeah, they look great. But this is the area, and I guess they brought water in on that corner back there. They planted these trees to kind of hide it from the golf course, and they kept quite a bit of the sand and soil. And I guess there's water over here. You see the little white pipe right there. So they're going to put in these, looks like 6 raised beds, and as a test. I mean, I'll tell you, this club does, I have to say, it does everything first class. They just do such a fantastic job. If they're going to do something, they do it right. They spend a little extra money, and yeah, this will all be ready before the season starts. Hi everybody. They've made some major progress here on the raised beds out here at the garden area. They're putting a pipe down the middle. This is where the water's going to come in, and each one of these raised beds is going to have its own watering system. So we'll have to put some drip irrigation in, but you can see how they go over to each one of the raised beds. But heck, there's already 10 of them in. They're nice and square, nice and level. The initial plan was to start with 15, but I think they went to 21 because we had so many people that complained that they didn't get a spot. So anyway, just thought I'd give you an update on that. And see how they have all the plumbing in. Like for example, this one, I think that'll move to the outside of the raised bed. And it'll have a little faucet on it. That way you can put a timer on it and run your own drip irrigation. They've run the water, and it looks like they have changed it to where each raised bed's going to have its own water system. Hello. Well, the raised beds are all done. They have put the water in. He wanted to keep the one in the middle or in the end, and he wanted to keep the one on the outside. We're just checking out the beds. It looks like there's 21 total, and they really look good. I mean, we have plenty of room for more. Yeah, I mean, these things look great. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what we can grow out here in the desert. So yeah, fantastic job by the landscaping crew. Jack Schmidt gets all the credit, but well, of course Ron, the GM, he was so supportive. And also have the wood chips for the bottom of the beds. They've already got at least 2 or 3 truckloads. It'll probably take 5 or 6 truckloads to fill those beds halfway. It took, for my 4 in Oshkosh, it took 1 big truckload, and I didn't really get them halfway filled. But anyway, that's the most recent update. I'll keep you informed. Okay, well, it looks like they've started putting the wood chips in. They've got them about half full. Yeah, they've got, it looks like the first 5 or 6 full, and depending on, well, not even 5 or 6, they've got 4 or 5 done. And hopefully tomorrow I can come by and watch them do the process. All right, I thought I would show you the process to get these wood chips and things. This almost looks like compost. It's look, it's heating up over here. Looks like some pretty good stuff in there. I don't know how long it sat here on the street, about 2 or 3 days, but I could never get my compost in Wisconsin to steam like that, where it was heating up. But yeah, and they've also got the wood, or I'm sorry, the dirt ready to go. You know, looks like good solid garden soil. Well, it looks like they've already started on the raised beds with the dirt. They got quite a bit of dirt left, but they've already filled quite a few of them. Okay, everybody, looks like we have the raised beds done. Dirt's in, pretty high up. I'm gonna supplement my dirt with some cow manure stuff, and I think Chris was the one who initiated this whole program. He's here to help us today with doing some drip irrigation. We're gonna try to set up a drip irrigation and see how that all works out. But anyway, I'll try to film some of that, and we got a bunch of raised beds going. Looking good. Okay, so we met regarding how we're going to get the water into the raised bed. So one of the things we need to do is we have to have a pressure regulator, and we have to have a filter. And they have a piece that comes out of the filter and will go straight up. So this actually works out great. We're going to run a tube over here and mount the timer onto the tube. So it'll come up here, come back down, go into the timer, Water will go through the timer, come back, and come up this tube. And we'll use the 1/2 inch tube to come up. Use a elbow to get it into the bed. I mean, it's really that simple. So instead of me running the drip irrigation I did up in my other property, going along the 4-foot, I'm going to run mine coming out and going down the 8-foot and have 4-foot stripes, or 4-foot runs of either the 6-inch, the 9-inch, or the 12-inch irrigation tubing, or the drip irrigation. And we'll have the 1/2 inch run along this side here. Okay, I thought I would show everyone how to set up their drip irrigation for the beds. So the club has provided a timer and the access to the water. These are the tools you need. I have a pair of scissors to cut the 1/2 inch tubing. I have a stop plug, a filter. This is a pressure regulator. And this is the elbow to get it up into the bed. This is the elbow that's actually going to come out and from the timer to get it up into the bed. So that's all we need. This is going to be a pretty easy project. So let's get started. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this pressure regulator on, and the water comes out of the faucet at 60 pounds per square inch psi, and so this reduces it down to 25. It came in the kit, so we're assuming that this is the correct psi. And then now we're putting on the filtration system, and that will get us pointed in the right direction to go up. There we go. Okay, so then it comes up to here. Stick this thing in here like this. And then tighten it down. And I mean, that's this easy. They have little hooks in the kit that I got that I can use to tie this thing down, make it go straight. But Pedro's behind me watering down the bed so we can try and get the dirt down in it. Pedro and Benjamin were the ones that built all this. Jack Schmidt managed it. Jack works for Craig, our superintendent. So they do a fantastic job. So I'm putting the end on this so that we can get all that done. It's gonna run down. And that's it. So the drip irrigation will come. I'll poke a hole right here and it'll run down the rows of plants. And the great thing about this is you can adjust this based on how far the rows are, what you're watering, things like that. You want it every 12 inches, 9 inches, 6 inches. I have all 3 sizes. So anyway, that's about all there is to putting in the drip irrigation. Well, they're done. We need to get a little more dirt for some of the beds, but other than that, looks like we are done. Wood chips are in. And I think we are ready for people to start planting. They're going to assign the beds and get things going very, very quickly. Then met the deadline, and they did one fantastic job. Hats off to Ron Phipps, Jack Schmidt, Craig Howard, Pedro, Bernardo. You guys are all the best. Well-managed project, fantastic result. Congratulations. Anyway, if you've made it this far, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd certainly appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, make a comment, hit that notification bell. You know the routine. And if you don't, well, just ask me and I'll tell you how to get onto YouTube and be able to get some following of different subscribers. There's a lot of great content on YouTube. Anyway, I certainly appreciate you watching. It's always appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you next Saturday.